we can keep moving on here. The last thing I wanted to see, WWE 2K23 is intriguing to me. I bought 2K22 a couple weeks ago. It was on sale, and I tried it out. I'm like, oh, this thing is actually pretty good. And I haven't played a WWE 2K game since 2K19. So I was like, all right, I'm skeptical of how this is going to be. Seeing WWE 2K23 come out looks awesome. Are you guys thinking about getting it, playing it, trying it?
I've considered getting it. I didn't get 2K22 as much as I was kind of considering it. I heard about them bringing back General Manager mode.
Yo,
which was
good.
Everyone's happy about that.
I've been clamoring for that for like 5-6 years. I'm like, because I remember SmackDown versus Raw like 2006, 2007, 2008 when they had General Manager mode. Like, that used to have me like up until like 3 a.m, putting matches.
Bro.
Like, I don't know why they got rid of it. Maybe because
I don't know.
Because remember WWE for a little bit didn't have the brand split and such, and then they went back to the draft and such. And it's like General Manager mode was the shit. So,
especially in the video game, in the video.
Yeah, and Brian is right. So I don't know. I played some of the SmackDown versus Raw, but I didn't really, my friends kind of stopped playing like wrestling games after like Here Comes the Pain. I think like Dan, I don't know if it's the one with, I think it's like the Stone Cold storyline or where it's like highlighting. I think all the Stone Cold's top
2K13. 2K13 with
like
all Stone Colds.
I think so.
Yeah,
and you play a Stone Cold, and everybody faces. And those are great. I think that it was good. But if you want to watch something great, is Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze. They on Up Up Down Down, Battle of the Brands. I watched all of it. One day I was like, and I don't watch like streamers play. I was like, well, I'm not gonna sit here and watch somebody play a video game. But I started watching them play Battle of the Brands. Mind you, I never played it or knew how it worked, and that shit was fire. But they're still doing it now. And with 2K22, they've been doing it, and it's great. Like, you got the rosters, you can get fucking legends, whoever. You make your matches. People requesting shit. You get cards like, oh, your top superstar can't play. Oh, all your like, you gotta like buy lights, stage, everything costs double this week, so you gotta make sure you're making enough money. Like, it's great, and they're doing it. And they've been playing the whole year. I gotta catch up. I'm behind, but it's great. Like, I fucking love it.
Like, I've stumbled across it, and I was like, oh shit, they're actually doing that. But it's like you said, like, they're making the matches, they're trying to trade, or they're trying to make the rivalry build over time and stuff like that. Like, I think it was Tyler Breeze one week, he didn't have any money to run the show. He was just stressing out about that because he's gonna lose, and it's like, it's just all those little things about that, especially with online play and stuff like that for a wrestling game. Like, that's cool. And especially all these years, it's like, why did they even take that out? Because I had Raw versus SmackDown on PSP, and I love that, doing those general modes and stuff like that. So it's like,
and what's crazy, because they started, like I said, they recorded themselves playing GM mode for like, I think like they did a full year. So they did like every week they do the pay-per-views, and it was one segment early on where they're in Saudi Arabia and they just recorded like 6 weeks. But mind you, they're over there, so they're just playing all night. And mind you, Xavier Woods is like, back then wasn't the best. Like, he was still trying to figure out how shit works, and he's just like, he's like flipping out. He's like, this is bullshit. How am I losing? Oh, how's this person's injured? Oh, the rivalry's not growing. Like, it's great content.
I gotta check that.
But because of them now playing 22, now in 23, he's on the cover of the section for GM mode. So he's like, you want to play GM mode as Xavier Woods? And it's like, it's crazy how they've integrated from like playing the game to now they're like a part of the actual like brand of like GM mode, which is awesome.
Nah, that's dope. Like,
yeah, that is dope. Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm thinking about getting it probably next week. Pick it up and see how it is.
Let's do it. Let's do
like,
Battle of the Brands.
the mechanics
I'll
of
do
it,
it.
the mechanics are dope. Like the mechanics in it are dope. The wrestling is dope. So it's like to see the development where I was dissatisfied in 2K like 16 through 19 and stuff like that. Especially when they went to next gen, it was like, what are you guys doing? So to see them actually try to get it right now and going on the right path, it's like I'm getting it.
What year of 2K was it when Becky Lynch was on the cover? What year was that?
2K20. Was it 2K20?
Yeah, whatever year it was. I guess apparently that year of 2K was so bad that they kind of had to re-download the servers from 2K from the previous year because this year's 2K was that 2K was so bad. So I read about that. And the funny thing is, I was this close to buying that 2K at one point.
Like what I do is I watch a lot of reviews or like watch Xaiver Woods and stuff like that, or like anything like that before buying a game now, because it's like you don't want to shell out that much money and then just be like, I lost $120. And especially I have an Xbox One, so it's like I have a hard drive. I download that, so it's like it's like you can return that. There's no digital return store, so it's like you just kind of shit out of luck. So I watched a lot of reviews and stuff like that and saw the bugs, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I can't do that. Like, nah.
Yeah, no. Because of them, I definitely wanted to get 22, but I'm like, yo, I got nobody to do GM mode. Who's gonna sit here and like every week legit for a year round? And the crazy thing is watching them play it, you're like, yo, this shit takes a lot of strategy. You like it's literally rivalries growing, popularity, injuries, money,
exactly.
The craziest thing.
I remember all that shit. Bro. You really had to like pay attention to stuff and just,
bro. Yeah. You can sign people like, let's say whatever, like I'm getting rid of all this. Let's say you sign 4 people and then you have these crazy matches and you're buying all this shit. Then boom, next month, renew contract. Oh, but it's not like, oh, give me 20. No, now they want 60. Now they want 70. Now they want 8. Now they want 100. You're like, and then sometimes they'll be like, I think I need more money. If you don't give me more money, I'm leaving. And they're like, peace out. I'll get somebody new. Get them for cheap. Like, it's but then that's at the cost of your like rivalries or stories. Or it's like, do I pay more money? Should I go broke? Like, it's crazy.
Nah, I gotta check out more because I started like I saw them a couple of times doing their and it's just one. Xaiver Woods, of course, is just entertaining. He's just funny as hell, being entertaining. And Tyler Breeze, of course, I think he's a coach now for WWE and stuff like that.
I'm telling you, if you have some spare time, start it from the beginning because it's hilarious. Like them just playing that old school game and legit, and then even better, they get to a point where they actually modify it to make like their characters that like he makes Big E, he makes Kofi, all this, and but what sucks, I think it ends up crashing. So I think he finally gets in the lead, and then they have to legit restart, and then by that time they take a break, and then 2K like 22 comes out and like, we have the new GM mode. And but those first 2 years of them playing it, bro, great content. If you have spare time, watch it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, but I watched it like one weekend and I was like, oh shit, these dudes are again, they're just entertaining and just funny. But it's just like you just see all the strategy with the game, so it's like that's dope. You guys got Xbox One or Xbox X?
I do.
You have Xbox One?
Yeah, I got a PS4.
Oh,
I got both. I got both.
They gotta do like cross.
Hey, they do it for Call of Duty. They got cross gen.
They gotta do that because they're definitely, that would be dope to do Battle of the Brands GMs and stuff like that. That would be dope. So like,
if one of you guys are down to do it, I'm down to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Like
I don't know how you stream from the TV to this, but I'll still do it.
I got a Twitch, so I'll figure it out how to broadcast it.
Yeah,
we'll figure that out. But yeah, we'll definitely talk about that. But of course, you guys, thanks for joining me. Of course, with the late, of course, with Boston travel from downtown. Thank you guys for staying up late for me. This is that edition of Ring Takes, and until next time, we'll continue down the road to WrestleMania with more shenanigans. Hopefully, we'll get more developing storylines and actually get some physicality between a lot of these matches that we definitely want to see. And no AEW this week. I'll try to catch AEW because I did enjoy it last time when I was watching and seeing. So I'll try to catch up on that.
Watch that opening segment. The opening segment was great.
Opening segment on AEW Dynamite.
Yes.
You thought it was great? No, I thought it was okay.
Was that MJF?
Yeah, it was MJF.
I just liked how. Yeah, but I liked how, because they've always mentioned that all like the 4 pillars of AEW, and you got MJF, Darby Allin, what's his name, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy. I'm like, highlight these dudes. And I thought it was a good moment to like, these are our guys. Not just like all these former WWE guys. Like, I mean, except for like Chris Jericho, who like came in from the get go, but like these are like homegrown guys. Like, give them the spotlight a little bit, not just all random and shit.
And yeah, from that perspective, it really was a good segment. Like you stated, to see the future of the company. But when I saw it in my mind, it was like, all right, so these are the 4 guys that are pretty much going to determine whether or not this company is successful or
that's what I'm along the lines of you.
And when you look at how all 4 of them have been booked, MJF is the only one that's been legit booked the right way, and the other three's booking has been like kind of spotty, especially the Jungle Boys.
Mm-hmm. And he made a great point. All 3 of the other ones paired with legends, and MJ's wasn't.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
yeah.
And then even Jungle Boy talking about it's like, you haven't been on Dark. You've never been on Rampage. You've never been on the YouTube fucking channel. This is like, no, you've been fucking, kissing ass and whatever, this whole time. And then you want to throw all this bullshit with the bidding more because, all eyeballs are on you. And you're representing our company. I like whatever, they're blurring the lines or whatever, how people really feel. I like that shit.
Yeah, I gotta check that out because I saw a little bit of it. I saw a little bit online about the 4 pillars and stuff like that. I'm like, how does that work? As when instantly, of course, because I'm a WWE guy, you compare it to WWE, the pillars of WWE, Reigns, Rollins, like you got other guys there that stand out. Lesnar, Lashley, like you got all these guys that instantly just pop to your name, mainly because they're familiar. And it's like you go to AEW and it's like, MJF is really the only guy to me that really stands out in terms of persona and stuff like that. Jungle Boy is a character. Sammy Guevara,
Darby for me. I really like Darby.
Yeah, I like those guys, but it's just like when you compare them to WWE, how big they stand out, and especially size wise, that stands out to me. Like it's just like when you look at AEW, and of course what Brian said, like kind of the booking hasn't been the best for the other 3 guys. Even MJF to a certain degree, especially with me before he won the title, I never liked how he was being booked. He lost every big match that he was supposed to win, and it's like, maybe this is the turning point for them. But I'll check it out and see what it is. But it's like all these guys, especially when you think about maybe there's a number 1 contenders match between Darby and Jungle Boy and Sammy. That can be a banger. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like you think about the potential matchups that can happen there. So it's going to be interesting.
I just hope because it's true and it sucks but like look at how much former WWE veteran talent has been integrated in there. And yes, they've all been used to bring up these guys, but I feel like still the focus is all of them. You're focusing on Christian. You're focusing on CM Punk, Sting. Jake the Snake Roberts, fucking mad people, Taz, fucking JR, it's a lot of former, so that's what people are gonna resonate to. But at the same time, they're still a new company. It's hard to just like pop something up new and be like, love this shit. It's gonna take time. So
that's how they started, right? Like just love this shit because it was the alternative. But it's like now they got to start putting in those reps to build those guys, right?
Yeah.
But so I'll definitely check that out. I'm on YouTube already, so I'm gonna check that out and see how that goes. But again, thank you guys for joining me. Of course, I'm gonna check out WWE 2K23, and we'll join up again in tackle the road to WrestleMania. And again, of course, hopefully we get some more physicality out of here. Maybe Dominic attacks Rey Mysterio tomorrow. We get a little bit more development. We get some little.
I'm telling you, Rey's wife has to be involved somehow. That's the only way he's gonna fight. At this point, that's the only thing that's going to get him to fight.
Sarah Mysterio is a saint.
Because the son has damn near punked out the father for the last 4 months. So the only thing that's going to get him to fight is if he has to do something so fucked up that he has to say, okay, I need to handle my damn son. So,
can you imagine he comes out and just...
Is that he attacks his sister or his mother or something.
No,
because then the only reason why I don't think that's going to happen is because at that point, then they have to get involved
with Rhea
and Charlotte.
Yeah,
and that's the only reason why I'm like they can't really.
But that could actually give Rhea more steam in her feud with Charlotte, because then Charlotte will look at her and say, "Wow, you put your hands on the wife of a Hall of Famer." Probably give their feud a little bit more steam than what's going on.
Okay, I guess.
Maybe.
Yes, I can see it from that point where Charlotte can be like Prestige holding the. But I mean, she's not the best character either. Judgment of character to say that. Like she slapped her father. She slapped her father, right? Like
many times.
A couple of times.
Jesus.
But nah, like we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens down the road to WrestleMania, man. But thank you guys for joining me.
All right.
All right.